Hi everybody, I'm Barb Steinberg, a teen life coach for girls in Austin, Texas. I hope you had a fabulous summer. I know it's coming to a close and school is about to begin. And my team and I, the other coaches that I work with, we learned last year about this time that the girls that we worked with were really kind of dreading going back to school. Not a big surprise. And maybe you, as the adult in their lives, maybe you're kind of dreading going back to school and that whole process and that routine and what it's like when everybody goes back to work and school and you're in that mode. So my team and I were kind of discussing how can we help girls and families to have a little bit less of that dread. And so we started to ask these questions that I wanted to offer to you. So hopefully you can have maybe a family meeting around this before school starts and have a conversation to help ease going back into school. So the questions were, so what makes it feel like summer? What were the good parts of summer? Did you have more spaciousness? Did you have more spontaneity, more downtime, leisure time? Time to be bored and do nothing and come up with creative ideas? Did you have more adventure where you were curious and trying new things? So what were the good parts of summer and how can we bring any of those things into our school year? So that might mean that you have to really consider what are we going to say yes to and what are we going to say no to? So I know, for example, for my family, we decided that we weren't going to have sports activities on the weekends, so we were going to choose teams, sports teams, that did practice and games during the week, so that could open up and free our weekends. So I'm going to give you some examples that my team and I came up with that pertain to Austin, Texas, but hopefully wherever you live, you'll get the gist. So we thought, okay, what makes summer summer? And we were coming up with some examples, and some of them were swimming, right? There's a lot of swimming outside when it's during the summer. So going to like Barton Springs, we have a natural springs here, going to Blue Hole in Wimberley, Campbell's Hole, going on hikes, going to Twin Falls and swimming in the creeks here in Austin. So obviously nature, being outside is a big part of summer. How can we incorporate that into our school year? Going on bike rides. So maybe you go on a bike ride to go get a snow cone during the summer. Can you fit that in during the school year? Maybe even after school. It doesn't necessarily have to be on a weekend. Sleepover with friends. Obviously that's a big part of summertime when you're a teen or a tween. And maybe you can even go crazy and sleep 2 nights at a girlfriend's house. Who knows? I mean, for me, those are some of my all-time favorite memories of being a kid, is having sleepovers or going to sleepovers. And what about sleeping in late on Saturday or Sunday? Again, this would mean that you're saying possibly no to some other activities so that the family can have leisurely, slow mornings on Saturdays and Sundays, kind of like you do in the summer, or maybe even just 1 day a week. What about family pizza and game night, or family pizza and movie night? Or maybe for our family, we usually get one of those 1,000-piece puzzles that you do, and we have it out, and it usually takes, a week or 2 to get it all done. But it's a bonding experience to slow everybody down and to focus on the puzzle and just hang out, which is kind of a summertime thing for us. So could we do that during the school year? Maybe. Taking a day trip. I know for my family, we have a book that we got that says Day Trips from Austin, and we spontaneously just wherever the book opens up to, that's where we're going. So maybe taking a day trip to a town, 30 minutes, an hour outside of your city. For Austin, we tend to make it around food. So, honestly, so we're going to get barbecue. So we're finding little small towns to drive to in the hill country and get barbecue, which feels kind of spontaneous and free and adventurous and not the norm, so it makes it kind of fun. And then lastly, what if, this might feel like a big challenge, but what if you guys could choose a day that you're going to not have any plans whatsoever, there's nothing on the calendar, it's blank, and you're going to be totally spontaneous, and whatever you feel like doing, you're going to do. And I realize if you might have multiple family members, so maybe everybody gets to choose one thing that they're going to do that day, or maybe you rotate each month. One family member gets to plan that spontaneous, adventurous day. It might be kind of fun to see what happens, what you guys choose. So hopefully this gives you a couple of ideas to play with. have a family meeting before school starts. Have everybody come with maybe a list of, I don't know, 1 to 3 things that they enjoyed about the summer that they would like to continue to do during the school year. And maybe you guys can figure out a way to make that happen. So there's less dread going into the school year and maybe a little bit more hopefulness and optimism that it's going to be a pretty good year. All right, and I hope it is. Have a great end to your summer and a great beginning to your fall. See you soon. Bye.